I'm an intro.
You
Welcome
you've been on the
to
road.
Idle Talk Mini. Today, we're going to talk about Daredevil episode 3, and we're going to try out. Well, not try. We've had it
We've had this
multiple
before,
times. Yeah,
a million times.
But it's my favorite burger spot in Jersey, Bun and Done in by my house.
All right, and also,
Yeah,
I got a gift
from
from Christian's baby mama
shout out
and
Leslie.
from Wesley's Farms. Is that what that says?
I think this
Wesley's
is
Farms.
Isn't
So
this a brand?
So they sell it in
Like a
like
store
in
branded
in
thing?
like Costco or like
Costco
BJ's.
branded. Yeah.
One of those two. But
Uh-huh.
Christian's every time I go visit him and the baby,
Yeah.
he offers me one of those, and I think they taste really really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to try it. Yours, you have cranberry
Cranberry
raspberry,
something. Yeah.
and I have the lime version. I haven't had
Just
this.
why is yours only one flavor?
I don't know.
Mine's two?
I don't know, but there's an orange one and like a lemon one. That's the only flavor I've seen
That's
that has
two?
like two. So I'm curious to see what that tastes like
Okay.
too. But I want you to try it. It's got 5 calories in it,
Nice.
so it's like
No sugar.
it's basically like whenever like I want a soda, like I'll like drink one of these at work. So try it
Alternative.
out.
Yeah,
I want you
yeah.
to see what your first impressions are. So go ahead and do it right now, bro. I'm gonna do mine. That's pretty crisp.
That's pretty good.
I like mine.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look, try mine.
Is this just like a Sprite? I felt like yours was gonna taste
Yeah,
like a Sprite.
yeah, it does. Low key.
Yeah, it's just
Yours is
Sprite
really
zero
good.
sugar.
Yours
This
is
is
really
a Sprite
good.
zero sugar for
I like
sure.
that.
I don't know how to compare mine. There's nothing like around
There's
it.
no, but it's still pretty good.
Very good. I think it's
actually-
like because I like sparkling waters normally. Like I drink LaCroix.
But this doesn't taste like any like
That's what I'm
sparkling
saying.
water that
It
I've ever
tastes-
had.
It tastes way more refreshing, low key.
Yeah, it tastes like a soda.
Yeah, kind of. It's but there's no sugar in it, right?
No,
Or am I
there's-
bugging?
There's potassium in it.
That's that's not sugar.
Carbonated water, citric acid, natural flavor, potassium, benzoate. It's a preservative.
Added sugar, yeah.
Added potassium. Gluten
Total
free though.
sugars, added sugars. So that's why it's sweet. I was about to say, I was like, how is the water sweet? Is it the flavoring or the
I have no idea where you see that. You
at
see
the
the
bottom?
sugar in yours?
Added sugar, yeah.
Where do you see that on your? On mine.
Underneath potassium right here.
Potassium.
Total sugar right here. Total sugars, added sugars.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't
It
tell
says
me how
not a
much
significant source
amount.
of those.
Yeah.
So it's
not,
like
not
a
little
little bit.
Yeah, but not enough to like
A little
put it
bit.
on the bottle.
Not enough to put it on there.
Yeah.
But I love this.
I think it's good.
The orange one is pretty good.
I give it a 8 out of 10, Leslie.
8 out of 10.
Yeah. 8.5 out of 10,
8.5.
Leslie.
I'll give 9 out of 10.
9.
I like the lime one. It tastes exactly like a Sprite.
It does.
But like
zero sugar.
like
Sprite,
I wouldn't feel
definitely.
guilty like pretending this was a Sprite and then drinking it. You
Put it
know?
in the
Like,
cup, you'll never know.
Exactly. Like this, I would never.
You
I
would never
couldn't
know.
even
Yeah.
tell, so.
Exactly.
Refreshing, tasty. All right. So what did you order before we get
I
into
had
the?
I have 2 smash burgers, double patties.
Is that what they're
basically.
called?
Smash burgers, yeah.
And I got a single patty one.
Yeah.
Let's
So
open
it's
this up.
what is it?
Let's
It's
open
burgers,
it up.
onions, but I don't like onions, so there's no onions I'm on. And Nan doesn't like onions or pickles, so there's
I
none
don't
of
know.
those.
There's no because I'm a child. It's basic, but for some reason, it tastes really really good. And yo, you
OD.
asked for extra
Yeah,
house
no,
sauce,
they
and
OD.
they put the whole bottle on there.
They OD.
I actually saw them do that, and I didn't think much of it.
They OD'd. It's
Show
okay.
the camera. Show the camera that
How do I?
you're saucy. I'll hold the mic for you. You can double grip it.
Is it hot sauce or house sauce?
I said house sauce.
that's what it's supposed to be. It smells like hot, but look.
But no, but I
how
can
to-
smell the house sauce coming from it
I don't
though.
know if the camera pick it up. They OD'd.
They OD'd. Yep. You need a napkin of some kind
I have a bunch over there.
somewhere. I will try their chicken nugget because they sell these separately. So that's what I'm gonna bite first, and I'm gonna see how it is. Oh yeah, they do taste like Wendy's chicken
Right.
nuggets, like just exactly like it.
That's what I thought. The first time I had them.
So, Daredevil episode 3. So we're in trial. We're in trial. That's a big part, right? We finally got the guy, and we want him to kind of be on what's his name, White Tiger's side.
Yep.
I want him to testify on his behalf to let the court know that he's an innocent man.
Yeah.
For some reason, that they don't show us. They only show us through like little glances. But that guy, that key witness, just doesn't want to testify.
Napkins with it.
He does not want to testify. After him After Matt Murdock goes in,
Goes through all that trouble.
like from the second episode, like he does mad work just for him to.
Saves him and also gives him drugs because he was.
Which we nobody really said anything except that guy Cherry. He's like, this is just so you don't tweak on the stand, pretty much.
Because he was relapsing because he was a drug addict.
So Matt Murdock does all that work, and it didn't pay off for nothing.
No, because once he got too scared and was like, "Oh, nah, I've never met these cops in my life. I was at home all the time."
I don't understand. Like, I understand why he did that, right?
Yeah.
But he just like looked at like two cops and then like folded
immediately.
He folded immediately.
Which I don't. I mean, I get, but I don't get. But it's like,
but again,
why go through all that trouble and hiding? Why not just go to the cops immediately if you were gonna side with them anyway?
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
guess
true.
he was just playing them because he's like, "Oh, I get free housing and drugs."
Yeah. Why didn't he run? Why didn't he just like stay
I don't know.
or talk to that guy afterwards? He was literally hiding from them in his apartment.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's like a little bit sloppy writing.
Or maybe he thought they were gonna kill him. They saved him, which they probably were gonna kill him, but because they saved him.
Yeah,
then they offered him like, "Hey, if you don't snitch, we won't kill you." Maybe.
But when he was
I don't know.
he was at the
with them
safe house the whole time.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Maybe we shouldn't trust Cherry.
Maybe.
You would know more than I would know, but maybe
Maybe
we shouldn't trust Cherry.
I don't know. Maybe.
He's a little bit. He's been pissing me off lately.
Really?
Yeah,
You don't fuck with cherry?
No. I mean,
You don't fuck with cherry cola?
bro, be like, how you know he's not lying? And then Matt be like, bro, what do you mean? How do I know? So that's a little bit annoying that he kind of questions everything. But maybe you need a questioning guy.
Right?
You need that guy to ask the obvious questions, obviously. But I don't know. He's been pissing me off lately. Especially maybe I shouldn't trust him.
So you didn't like the big switcheroo that he did? He confused the cop.
That was crazy. Bro went badge for badge.
That's what I'm saying.
They went badge for badge.
That's what I'm saying.
And he came out on top.
And it worked.
That was actually kind of crazy. I don't know how he did that.
I
I for sure thought he put him in the.
Cherry is that man, bro.
He's sneaky.
You think he not, but I'm telling you, Cherry got that thing.
I'm like,
bro.
I didn't even see a cab in the previous scene.
No, there was 2 cars.
Yeah, but one of them was a taxi. They pulled up in a taxi. Wow. Damn, that's kind of crazy. Cherry, hey.
That's what I'm saying.
He got skills.
That's what I'm saying.
He got a certain level of skills.
You tell him, hey, break a little bit of laws. You be all right. He be like, word? Say less.
He's like, I'm on it. I'm on it. So Cherry, shout out to him.
Yep.
Got the witness to court, and the guy just folded in court.
Yeah, he did. Immediately was like, no, I stayed home all day. I did not. And then Matt blew up, and then they were like recess or some shit.
Yeah. So he was pissed at him. He was like, why would you do this?
Yeah.
Which is, I feel like he should have done that privately. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Right? But he just did it in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Which is I think gonna.
I guess to convince the remember it's a jury. Probably to convince the jury to be like, hey, this guy is very obviously lying. If I react, right, it's because if he didn't react, they'd probably be like, oh, maybe he's telling the truth, and that's why. But because his reaction, maybe the jury was on his side more. To be like, why would he react like that if it wasn't?
Yeah, if he
wasn't bullshitting about what he just
okay,
said.
so I see. That's a good.
He probably
good
played
tactic.
into that, you know.
He's like, okay, he betrayed us, so let me
make a scene now.
So people are like, oh god, what was that reaction?
Exactly.
That makes sense. Okay, I see what you're doing, Matt Murdock.
Right?
I see you. Mr. Glass is not for me.
Playing with them emotions. He know how to play with them emotions.
That's true. That's true.
All right.
What else did he do? He ended up having to pull the witness.
Correct.
Which means like, all right, get
They
him out of there.
They had
no
nothing. Yeah, they had
questions,
nobody besides Hector now at this point. And what does he end up doing
Bro.
without?
So he has a little powwow with his crew.
Anyone's permission or consent.
Matt Murdock has this little powwow with the associates, and then randomly the next scene is him in court, and he's like having what's his name, Hector
on the stand.
Hector's on the stand, and he's like answering questions like, okay, like what was happening? Where were you coming from?
Yeah.
Like, what were you doing? And
Why were you in this bus or train station?
He's like,
at this
I just
time?
put down a deposit on a studio.
For the
me and my wife been trying to move out of my sister's place.
Yep.
You know, something to call her
Our own,
ours,
yeah.
and we want to kind of like be together. And I bought some flowers from the store, and I was walking down the platform.
Which is really sad now. thinking about the ending of this episode.
That's crazy.
But whatever, keep going.
He's like, I was trying to do all that, and then I saw a guy getting attacked, and you know what? I wanted to do the right thing, and I wanted to break up a jumping, a mugging. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
And then, as we talked in the previous episode, one of the cops get hit by a train.
Yep.
And
Hit by a train.
Matt Murdock does the unthinkable, something that if it was done to him, he would be so pissed.
For sure.
And I think maybe that's gonna go that route.
Maybe by the end of this.
Yeah, maybe that might happen.
Maybe Wilson will just
do
be
that
like,
to
fuck
him.
you, and just tell everybody who he is.
With BB out there.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking. That's heading towards.
Yeah, maybe because he keeps.
So we're talking
in
in code right now, but let me tell you what Matt Murdock did. Matt Murdock reveals his secret identity
to the courtroom
in the court.
Yeah,
which means it's like public information to everybody else about this guy that's on trial.
Pulls out his mask and everything, and then starts
like,
just saying,
"This is you.
You are the White Tiger, right?" And he's like, "Bro," he's sitting on the set like, "Dude, what the fuck?"
After in the previous episode, he was like, "Guys, I figured out that was him." To the judge and to the other
he's
lawyer.
Like, let's not use it, please, because that's
Come
not
on,
fair.
It's not relevant. Don't even bring it up. And then literally the next episode, he like
immediately does it.
Starts losing. He's like, White Tiger. Which was that was OD.
Yeah,
I think that was a line.
I think he pushed. I would have been mad if I was like that.
I would have been mad as
like, are you kidding
fuck.
me? Like, why would you ever do that?
Even the judge was mad because he was like, you looked at me in my face
and told me
in my
wasn't
office
gonna do that.
and told me don't bring it up, and then you bring it up.
He, like he said, he could have like thrown out the case then and there, but he was like, fuck it.
He's like, he can't. If his hands were tied, it's too much of a high profile. The
'cause
mayor
the cops and
was
the mayor
watching.
And true.
So he reveals that identity, and then we get a bunch of testimonials
from cops,
like that police reports, from people that were saved, and the jury's like vibing out with like all this new information.
But there were also like you're taking like testimonies from cops saying that they were saved by White Tiger and how great of a person he is. So now it's contradicting tales, right? That this person is being portrayed as a murderer and like an evil person, but like actually his alter ego is saving the lives of cops over and over multiple times.
Over and over.
So
and then the other lawyer,
and you even see in the courtroom a lot of the other cops, like usually like in the beginning of the episode, they all seemed so hostile to him, and as those stories progressed, a lot of them like simmered down.
They were doing this thing.
Like a lot of them simmered down and like were less hostile. Like a few of them with the Punisher tattoos were still super angry, but most of the other ones were like, you know what? As if he is actually the White Tiger, he did like save a lot of us. Like that's not.
Can we
fair.
talk about the Punisher tattoos real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
In the previous episode, it was like a little small one.
Yeah, so Pal has the small one on his wrist,
and then there's a guy, an Asian guy with a neck tattoo, like a
Cody
Rhodes tattoo.
Yeah.
Like
literally, Cody Rhodes. It's literally the same placement and everything.
So huge. I'm like,
come on, dog.
Yeah,
y'all don't see this.
I'm like, where's the police commissioner? I know. He's not
it's this guy. This is the guy shooting people.
Might be.
I don't
think. Anyway, so like we get a montage of like courtroom drama.
Yeah.
Eventually, the jury finds him not guilty of all his charges.
Correct.
And then everybody's celebrating. It's a happy moment. Matt Murdock's hype. All the lawyers are hype.
He gets it on with his girl after winning.
Yeah, he hugs her, kisses her. Whole family's excited. And then
Hector,
we get a montage.
Well, kind of sick. I like the song.
We get a montage of the mayor.
Oh right, talking shit on BB.
He's like, "Yo, call that girl BB. Right now. I got some shit to say."
Yeah, he wanted to talk this shit.
And so he basically went on Theo Von's podcast,
pretty much,
and was like, "This is a miscarriage of justice. The law will prevail." And
why are you turning into Alex Jones?
These mass vigilantes, they're criminals, they're menaces. And then BB's like, but he was found not guilty.
Like he didn't really do that.
And he got extra pissed. He was like, no, the law will prevail. And then,
do you think he sent that person?
Oh, 1 billion, million percent.
Okay.
So
you think he's still doing kingpin shit?
Yes. This is what I think happened. I think after that little podcast session he did, he called up his boy Buck. Buck called up somebody
in the police station.
One of the cops. Because again, half the cops like him, half the cops hate him.
Correct.
Right? So that's assuming half the cops are corrupt, like Kingpin because they're on the payroll.
Yep.
Or they're not, and they're like the police commissioner, right?
Yeah. So he don't fuck with Fist, by the way.
Exactly.
I don't think we brought him up.
No, we brought him up.
Yeah,
the last episode because he was like got threatened by a piece of paper.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he don't fuck with him.
So in that episode, he threatens to quit with a bunch of police at
Yeah.
the same time, and then he threatens him. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
the
with
people
the-
that
with
were
the
gonna
cheese
quit
thing.
are the
Are
good
the good
cops
cop- yeah,
that don't
probably.
like him,
Yeah.
are like righteous, right? And then people that weren't, they obviously probably were like dirty cops. So I think he called up one of those, and then he got our boy White Tiger.
They set him up. They made a fake crime to
And
make him put
then-
on his little costume to go outside to go help this lady.
Which was crazy because Matt Murdock goes, "You can't wear the costume anymore, okay?" And he's like, "All
And
right."
he told him, he's like, you're asking me to not be me. He's like, I can't do that.
But he was like, "It's
No,
not."
he never
He was
said,
like, he was
yeah.
like, "It's not a costume, man. It's like a calling."
Yeah,
He's
it's like and immediately that's what like he meant it because immediately after he was released, he put the costume on to go help people, which is insane. After he could have easily just been like, I just want to be
but now
at home
like,
with my family.
anytime you save somebody, it's like that's a crime, jail.
That is true because now
They
public
know who
it's
it
him.
is. Yeah, exactly.
I guess you're right. Yeah, they would have immediately been like,
And-
he went and saved that person, but also that's vigilante. That's a crime.
And
Go
it
arrest him.
made it easy to set him up.
And they did
right?
immediately. Yeah,
because it's funny because he walked out of his crib like through the front door, like he
Like, it
on
was so close
He was
to
on the
him.
level, like the street
No,
side.
I think it was like like they show us him suiting up, leave the house, and then it's supposed to be like time passage, and he's patrolling, and then he gets set up. It's not supposed to be right outside his crib. But it's funny if it was.
It
Yeah,
looks like he
the
got-
way it was edited. Yeah, but no, it looked like it's supposed to be like a passage of time. Like he's been patrolling the streets for a little bit. Before
It
he got
looks
set
like
up.
he literally got set up
immediately
like
outside his house. Yeah,
out his house.
Nah, nah.
And then so he's walking up. He's looking for this crime.
Yeah, like someone's crying, like
And
a
then-
woman is screaming or some shit.
Pow! He gets clapped.
Shot.
Immediately drops.
The temple.
You would think that little amulet would give
No,
him.
just super strength and
Oh.
super strength and like hence agility. Not bulletproof. You can still get
No,
shot.
yeah.
He's not Black Panther. He doesn't have a
yeah.
Wakandan suit.
Oh yeah.
They should get him one because damn,
Not-
he wouldn't
well,
have gotten
they
shot in
should
the
have
mouth.
gotten one.
Yeah, he wouldn't have gotten shot. You know.
But bro got killed.
Yeah.
And then we get a reveal, a big skull
Who shot him?
on the chest of the shooter.
It's a Punisher.
I don't think it's a Punisher.
Well, crazy thing is, I was trying my best to not even spoil that John Bernthal was in the show at all. You were like, is it him? I was like, I'm not saying shit.
Yeah, you were. You
And
were
the
doing that
moment
thing.
I hit back, the fucking app immediately spoiled it for me. They
It
put his
put- it
fucking
put his face in the thumbnail.
Yeah, they put the Punisher's face in the
And you're like,
thumbnail.
"Ah,
I was like,
fuck."
fuck, bro. Like immediately.
But what
Spoiled it.
What I think is it's on purpose to do that. It's like
Mm.
we get somebody to kill him, and then we bring him back some way somehow. I don't know how
Mm-hmm. To
he's in
clarify
there.
what happened.
And
yeah.
then it's obviously not him because again
It
he's,
could be.
It could be like a Joker situation where like in what Joaquin Phoenix Joker where like
Oh, it's not the
a few of them
Joker. It's
rise
the other
up.
Joker.
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
like
yeah.
other shit, right?
Might be. Someone
So I
who's
think
inspired by the Punisher.
he'll inspire like a
And
bunch of
is
copycats.
calling himself the Punisher
and
now.
even copycats, but like police copycats. Like, oh, like, I'll be the Punisher.
Exactly.
If he can't be the
Yeah,
Punisher.
exactly.
So I think that's one of those situations. But I was super excited to see the chest, the symbol
Yep.
on the chest, because it looked really close to like it
Looked
could
pretty
be
dope.
the actual.
It looked
could be
like
him.
his body armor.
Yeah, it did.
looked like his
I was
body armor.
almost fooled.
You
but
was.
I think the mistake is that you didn't let your little TV go into this little screensaver mode. You
Yeah.
just went back.
I went
and-
back to try to like get off the app, but
and then that backfired.
I know better now.
So what would you rate this episode?
What did I give the last one a 7.5 or no an 8.5?
8.5, yeah,
I
yeah.
give this one
I will give it like
8.5.
I will give it like an 8.
8.5. I like. You know what? I'll give it a 9 just because when I first watched it, a lot of the emotional scenes really did get me. Like
Yeah.
him speaking about his homeland in Puerto Rico and like how beautiful it is and like the coqui and all the stuff that means stuff to him. That made me like feel something. So originally watching it, rewatch 8.5 for sure. First watch 9. For sure.
I just hate that they clapped him almost.
Yeah, I
immediately.
agree. That's
That-
but then and that's what I'm saying. Like that story, and then when they played that
Oh, the
music,
music at the
cue,
end? Yeah.
that shit got me, bro, for real. So I'll give it a
Bro,
9.
I wasn't like sad. I was just mad they did him like that.
Yeah, they did him dirty for real.
So, but I could
wanted to
see
him,
how
like,
it
more
was
Marvel stuff.
emotional.
But I don't know if he. No, yeah, so the actor who plays him is actually like dead in real life. But he did finish all his scenes and everything. Like, it was already done. So they have already killed this character off, and it sucks because if he was still alive today, I would have loved to see that character.
Some more, right?
Yeah, but I'm guessing they're gonna go with his niece eventually being the White Tiger.
Which I brought up to you earlier, and
Yeah.
you were like, "Whoa, you know ball." Where I was like, Drake Bell Spider Man has a white
I was like,
tigress.
oh, you know,
yeah. I was like, "Is that same
It is,
guy?"
it
and,
is, yeah.
and then we had a little like
It is. It's
Spider-Man
his
moment?
niece, but yes.
which I like that show. I like
that show
that's,
a lot.
That's
a lot of people
where
didn't like it. I like Drake Bell's
I don't
Spider-Man.
understand
Yeah, I liked
why
it. It was
those
pretty.
like-
It was entertaining as shit to me.
even Nick Fury was pretty good. In
Yeah,
that show.
I like that show.
And
It
he
was
was like
pretty
a little
funny.
bit modeled after Sam Jack.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I think it's a fire show.
I agree.
We got to see Doom in there too.
We saw a
Spider-
lot of people in that show. There was
The
so
Hulk,
many.
Fantastic Four was in
Yep.
there.
There was
Iron Man, Captain America, Thor,
Iron Fist.
Yeah,
Luke
Iron Fist was
Cage.
part of the team.
Yep.
Luke Cage.
Kane, the Scarlet Spider. They had that whole.
Oh,
I
they
think
did have, like, an
Miles
arc.
was
Yeah.
voiced by Childish Gambino in that show too.
That's so cool.
I remember
because Drake Bell's character like gets in the multiverse,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
and then
yeah,
he
yeah.
pops up. He's like, hey,
Peter,
I'm just like you.
And he's like Peter. He's like, my name is Miles.
He's like,
Yeah.
what? Takes off his mask.
And
He's
it's
like,
a black kid. He's like,
what? You're? He's like, what? Super
Spider-Man?
young, super young. You're super young, man. There's those nuances that are kind of
It's
funny.
funny as hell. Yeah. So I like that show.
But I'm excited for the next episode.
same.
I kind of want to watch it right now.
Let's do it. So
let's jump right into
next
that.
episode. We'll come back.
We'll
after
come
we
back.
Finish eating and
Episode
watching.
4. Peace out, everybody.
Loose.